great show overall. Government, ROH Lifer from back in New York City. So it was good to see it here in DFW come to life. You mentioned your vision for it eventually, where even though you don't know where it's going to go, and today was the first day you were in the chair, so to speak, for Ring of Honor. Who will you lean on going forward if you are to cultivate your vision? Who are you going to lean on so you don't burn yourself out on both ends because you want to get into the coaching aspect?
Yeah.
So who, besides you being a coach, what other people do you want to?
Well, I'm saying what I meant by that answer, by the way, for Will is I'm saying like in terms of hiring, like the booking, I think I would have a good handle on actually, and I listened and looked to a lot of people, and I will certainly solicit ideas from a lot of people, but also I think a lot of this show came out of one place that came pretty good, and so I'm very happy with it, and I'm very happy with where we are creatively and a lot of our stuff. But I also, anytime anybody wants to bring me an idea, I'll if I can make it work and if I like it, like I'm going to do my best, and that's something everybody who's ever worked with me knows, especially people who've successfully pitched me anything. And so like what I would say about it is there's also for ideas for coaching, for either ideas in the match especially, but also in long-term direction, the coaches are so valuable. We have great people in AEW who also were here tonight. They're former Ring of Honor wrestlers, and they were involved in the coaching aspect. Christopher Daniels, QT Marshall, Sanjay Dutt, a lot of great people. Also, other great wrestlers. Serena Deeb has been here. Serena Deeb in the coaching, and so a number of great people that can get involved on screen and off screen, who I work with really closely. And I do a lot with, as far as helping me put shows together. I think Sanjay and QT do a great job every week. QT's been here a long time. Sanjay is newer, has stepped up big time. And those guys are two essential people for sure. They were here tonight, and they do a great job, they on screen and off screen. Although Sanjay on screen tonight, what a son of a bitch.
Let's go with Reg and then Phil.
Righteous Reg, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, Grand Prix Podcast. Why do you hate this weekend so much?
I don't. It's just not. I don't. I love this weekend. I love tonight. Yeah. Friday's great.
Yeah. So what I was leading to is, for me, I've been to a bunch of these weekends surrounding other companies, but specifically talking about tonight's show, I watched a lot of great Ring of Honor shows during this crazy weekend. And so what you're saying is this is the last Ring of Honor show I'll ever see?
What do you mean? What, you're going to come to some? Please, Reg, come to some more Ring of Honor.
No, I'm saying for this,
That's a year. That's a year in advance. But man, it's soul crushing to have to book that.
Right.
But it was already booked. But man, I think we can draw without coming here. But on the other hand, it's a tradition for the fans who do come here. And to be honest, I never looked at it like that till you said it like that. And now you're making me feel really bad. Maybe I should come. Well, AEW, I always said AEW was never going to come and do this. And I stuck to that. I never said Ring of Honor would never come and do it. And actually, we've done it once. So maybe I should do it, and I'll just get the hell out of town on Friday night. But that also gives them a year to counter program and come up with some bullshit thing to do to me. So, that being said, what do you want to do?
Double or nothing weekend.
Well, that could be cool too. There's a lot of great wrestling on these pay-per-view weekends, and that's something to think about. And I that's an idea. I love ideas, and I never thought of that till the IWC brought it up. And sometimes the IWC floats things, and I don't know if it was you first or somebody else, but I did see somebody say that. I never thought about that, but it's a hell of an idea. The only thing is, from Friday, we do the Fan Fest on Saturday. Do Rampage, the Fan Fest, possibly Ring of Honor, and this is all depending on, again, I have a TV contract. I have to run things by Warner Media and do everything the right way, but it's a hell of an idea. And it's very creative, but it is a lot on the weekend. And, I'll be interested. We'll see how the crowd is this weekend if they're, no, it's something to think about. It's a hell of an idea with Double or Nothing and All Out and Revolution and all the great weekends we create. It would probably work better with Double or Nothing, All Out, and Revolution versus Full Gear, because Full Gear is the only one that's on a Saturday, whereas the others are all on Sundays. But it's something to think about for sure. But again, hitting a home run in terms of the performance of this thing and showing that, it was the #1 trending thing in the world on Twitter, and the huge pay-per-view buys, and that we were able to do it the right way, I think bodes really well for the future. So that's why I was saying before, I don't feel the pressure so much anymore. I feel pretty good.
Phil, and then second row, and then that's a wrap.
Phil, can I do one thing real quick? Sorry, I feel like I did not right by Reg real quick. So, Reg, thanks to you, I would consider it, and you've opened my mind up to something I probably hadn't considered before, because I never looked at your perspective on how people see the event, like, because that's very fair. And I'm the first person who always says, watch your wrestling. And like I said, I never wanted AEW to piggyback on anyone's shows, but you're right. There's a Ring of Honor tradition that goes way back. So, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. So I have to look at it that way. So thank you.
Right. In 2009, my first whatever weekend, I went to an ROH show, and I still think about that show very often. So.
Yeah, well, you're right. You're probably right. It's probably made I'm sure it has made a lot of new fans, and I never looked at it that way. So you may have actually changed my thinking on it. So thank you. Thanks, Red.